Wow, so this lighting and this shirt kind of makes me look like I got a floating head thing going on. I'm sorry, but my kids are sleeping back there and I'm trying to keep it down. So, anyways, I want to talk about the tooth color. What color teeth should you go with? Because that's a legit concern that a lot of people have. That's pretty important because this is not like your natural teeth that you can get whitened. You know, you can't use whitening products on these teeth from what I understand. And now when I say these teeth, I mean, yes, I have implants, but they're pretty much the same deal as dentures. I mean, these are like, you know, denture teeth, so it's the same deal. Um, but yeah, you can't really go get them whitened. I mean, you can remove stains from them. Like I'm always promoting that product, Stain Away. Obviously not for these. You don't want to put that in your mouth. It smells like bleach. But you can remove stains, but you can't go whiter than you started out with. And so you want to make a good decision. Do you don't want to go too white, but then again, you don't want to go not white enough. And so my logic is if you go a little bit whiter, then they're always going to get a little bit dingier. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, with my temporary set of dentures, which was my very, very first set of dentures, I didn't have the option to do a bleach shade, so I went with the whitest shade available, which was, I believe it's A1, I think is what it's called. At any rate, it was as white as you can go in the natural shade family. Um, and at the time, coming from where I was coming from, was really white. So we just totally left my teeth out of the equation. Like we didn't do any kind of comparison because that would have been a disaster. So the shade that I chose was like a vast improvement for me. And I was very satisfied with it. But over time, it wasn't as dazzling as, for one, it started out as being, and then for two, just the color in general didn't have that umph that I wanted. And I was a smoker, and I am a hardcore coffee addict. It's terrible. It's bad. Like I could probably blow any of y'all out the water on coffee. As a matter of fact, I got a headache right now because I probably need another cup. Anyways, coffee drinkers, sodas, stuff like that. I mean, that stuff is not really good for your teeth. Not for your natural teeth or for your false teeth because it will over time stain them. And the lovely thing about dentures is that you can take them out and soak them in products like Stain Away, but these not so much. So that's an issue. But anyways, just I knew that I wanted my final set of dentures to be brighter. I knew I wanted to go with a bleached shade. I wanted that bright white Hollywood smile that I never had. And so when it came time to select the shade for my I'm trying to avoid calling it my permanent set of dentures because people get that confused and think that I mean implants, but I don't. So I'm just going to say my final set of dentures, which is the dentures that you get after you're done with your temporary set. I tried one for the wax try-in, the very first wax try-in. I tried in the PW3, I believe it was, but it just wasn't white enough for me. Like it really, to me, didn't look like that, that dazzling smile that I was going for. But then the PW4, which is what I ultimately chose, was just a little bit too white, and it's like there was like a pretty big discrepancy between the two of them. It's like there's a difference. I feel like there should be a shade between the 3 and the 4, but there isn't. So I believe it was a 3, PW3. I think that's what it is. It might have been a 2. Whatever the step is down from 4 is what I tried in initially, and it just didn't do it for me. And so, yes, I thought that the PW4 was a little bit bright for my taste, but there was no, I'd rather go a little bit brighter than I wanted than to go a little bit dingier because, like I said, you can't whiten them. So that was my, that was how I based my decision on getting those white teeth, because PW7, which is the highest you can go, was like, for me, it was way too white. It was way too white. I mean, yeah, on video, my eye whites look, kind of white, but they're really not. Like, I'm probably gonna end up with glasses or something. Like, I got some kind of eye issue, and my eyes end up getting red a lot. They water a lot, and they're always irritated. It may be allergies. I don't know. It doesn't seem like allergies. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but so they're not as white as my teeth, honestly. And that's kind of how you want to gauge what color to go with, is you don't really want to go brighter than the whites of your eyes. Otherwise, it'll draw too much attention to your smile, and it takes away from the rest of your face. And these are my implants, and I don't remember selecting a shade or anything like that with these. They just kind of matched what I had. So I'm assuming that this is the same exact shade as I had with my dentures. But my feelings about them now is that, I love them. I love having a nice white smile. I get compliments like all the time on my smile from like perfect strangers. So it looks good, but at times I do feel like, maybe my smile is drawing too much attention, maybe, and taking away from the rest of my face, because I mean, I've got other things going on here, and so I probably, it's hard to say, because like there are teeth with natural teeth, like I've said in previous videos, there's a variation to the color. It's not all one solid color. When you look at someone's teeth, like who has a very nice, attractive white smile, you can see that like the ones back here tend to be a little bit darker than these, and then even on the individual teeth, it's like, there's a different level of color to them. It's not all flat, and that to me is it's really pretty. It's really attractive when it's like that. But when you're paying for just regular false teeth that aren't like the cosmetic expensive kind, you're not really going to get that. You're going to get a flat color. And so what flat color would you like? Would you like a flat dingy color where all of them are pretty much blah, or do you want something that's, at least if it's going to be one solid color, at least make it look like you got them professionally whitened? So that's how I came to the decision to go this bright, because for instance, my mom's first set of dentures that she got, her temporary set, I mean, they had kind of like a brown tint to them, because, you don't want, like, some people don't want to go that white, and that's okay. Like, I understand why you wouldn't want to go that white, but when they're all a flat, dingy color, I mean, that looks pretty fake too. So I would think that whiter at least can be pulled off as, you went to go get them bleached. But if all of your teeth are the same color yellow, it just looks like denture teeth that you smoked with for a while, to me, depending on what shade you get. So I'm not saying that everybody should go out and get like the bleach shades, because the natural white shades that they had are really pretty, but like when you go to match, if you're trying to match your teeth, like if you want a full set of dentures, not partials, because partials obviously you want them to match the existing teeth you have left, but if you're getting a full set of dentures and you're trying to base the color of them on what color your teeth were previously, unless you're spending a lot of money on some cosmetic teeth, it's not going to look the same no matter what color you get, because you're going to get nothing but a flat color. I hope I'm making sense here. I just, want you all to realize the difference between having these and having your natural teeth. If money were no issue, if money were not an object for me, then I would get the cosmetic teeth that, maybe have like the little faded yellowish color back here. Not yellow, like I'm not asking for yellow teeth, but you know what I'm saying, like the most natural appearance. So that's how I selected the colors of my teeth. Is I figured, you know, if I can't get them to look 100% natural, then at least make it look like I just went and got them whitened. And so, yeah, they are pretty white, like, especially out in the sunlight. I mean, they're really white, and I I do notice people looking at them often. And no, I don't think that they're like trying to figure out if they're fake or not. I genuinely think that people want to know how I got them so white because people ask me a lot, you know, how'd you get your teeth so white? Well, let me tell you about that. But if I had it my way, you know, I would have gotten something that's not as white as this, you know, so I hope that helps. I hope you really consider and put some thought into what color you want to go with. Like I said, you know, you don't want to go too much brighter than the whites of your eyes. I mean, that is really, don't, I wouldn't worry as much about what your teeth looked like before, like especially if you had dingy, like really yellowish or brown teeth. I would say, you know, just try to keep it in the same family of white as the whites of your eyes. You can always take the shade guide and hold it up there and see, you know, because if you do go brighter than the whites of your eyes, kind of like I have, then you're going to draw a lot of attention to your teeth, and I'm okay with that. Like, I'm hey, I'm doing good. When people are telling me I have a pretty smile and I, you know, never heard that my whole life, I don't mind if they wonder how I got them so white. But other people try to, you know, keep it low key and everything. And so if you want to keep it low key but still want to have a white smile, then just don't go brighter than the whites of your eyes. So, anyways, that's it. And again, I believe the shade for my temporary set was A1, which was the whitest of the natural white shades. And then these and my final set of dentures were PW4, which stands for Portrait White 4. So you guys take care.